Hey guys, it's Goretti with Lakeview Medium and Tarot. And today I am doing a bit of a video challenge, I guess you can say. The lovely Arwen Lynch has started a little video question game type thing. It's 15 questions in regards to the tarot. And if you hashtag tarot tag 15, so tarot tag 15, you'll be entered to kind of have her April 1st just randomly pick a winner, and you have the option of a reading by Arwen or a deck. I will try to put, if I remember, I'm on my phone, so I'll try to put the link down below, if not right away, at least later on for sure, to Arwen's video, so you guys can get all the details. She also does say briefly in the video that it doesn't necessarily have to be tarot. If you only work with oracles, you can answer all these questions with oracles, or Lenormand. Doesn't have to be tarot. So hashtag tarot tag 15, Arwen Lynch. So first question. I have my nieces here today. It's been a little bit hectic. There you go. Your barn is on. Okay, so question number 1. What is your current favorite deck? Current favorite deck that I'm kind of working with is the Chrysalis Tarot. I got the full, I wish I had it down here, but I don't. Like the full guidebook that they released. And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. So that's a current favorite deck that I'm working. But my ultimate favorite deck will have to be my Shadowscapes. Has to be Shadowscapes. And only because it's my go-to deck, because I read it so intuitively. I don't rely on your typical explanations of definitions of the deck, of the card meaning in itself. So yeah, that's my ultimate favorite. What tarot card do you think stands for who you are now? I'm going to say the Four of Swords. And because I've had a rough year and a bit, and it would be nice to get some rest and take the time to kind of step away from a lot of stuff and just be. So the Four of Swords is who I am at the moment, for sure. Question number 3. What tarot card do you think stands for who you want to be? The Empress. I don't think I'm even gonna... Yeah, it would have to be the Empress. I want to say... Yeah. The Empress. It's going to have to be the Empress. I was thinking if I wanted to be the Empress. There's the Empress card. I was looking for it. The High Priestess. But maybe a little too cold. I'm not that kind of cold person. I've got a big heart. I like to take care of people. It's just in my nature. It's who I am. I'm definitely the Empress, and want to be more of the Empress. That's my mission, to be the Empress. Question number 4. Draw a card and tell us how it answers. What does the universe want you to know right now? I shouldn't shuffle this because I kind of recorded earlier and then all girls started fighting and scrapping, and so I had to redo it. So originally I got the Six of Wands. Oh, here it is. The Six of Wands. So technically that was the answer the universe wants me to know in the first time around video. And so for me, it is definitely about the universe is giving me a bit of recognition, a nice little pat on the back for all the work I've done. Maybe, no, I don't know. Yeah, I would think that it's a recognition, because it's always in the back of my head on how much especially lately, my eldest has been quite sick, and it's amazing how much 24 hours a day it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work between two jobs and a sick child. So yes, that's a good pat on the back for me, a recognition from the universe. That's how I took it. Question number 5. Do you have any cards you must love in order to work with a tarot deck? Yes and no. Ah, good tea. Yes, to the point is I really enjoy looking at cards like the Empress, the Star, sometimes the Death card, it depends, and the Three of Swords, for sure. Because those cards, to me, I enjoy seeing how the artist has interpreted the cards, but they're not a deciding factor in that aspect. For me, the deciding factor is the energy of the whole deck in itself, because you can't just judge a deck by one card, really, in the end. For me, it's all in regards to energies. So even if I don't like those cards, and the Hierophant. The Hierophant. I will buy a deck if the Hierophant, I don't care what other cards look like. If the Hierophant is depicted a completely different way, that deck is mine. I always like seeing when the Hierophant is done a completely different way. It's like the Shadowscapes. I absolutely love the Shadowscapes interpretation of the Hierophant. So it's not a deciding factor at all, but energy based, obviously. Look at that. Oh, sorry. It's just, I love this deck. Bloody deck. All right, so why tarot? Question number 6. Why tarot and not any other divination? I use other divination. I am a medium, first and foremost, and very intuitive. And I know that when someone goes into a psychic fair to get a reading and you have no cards and you just ask for them to hold for you to hold their hand, they look at you kind of crazy. So for me, using the tarot kind of makes a person relax a little bit more and makes it look more normal, I guess you can say. But no, it's not just tarot for me. It is definitely, I scry a lot with the simplest things. Oh Lord, even with just a tree, I will scry with just a tree. It sounds stupid, but no, it's not just tarot for me. Though I absolutely adore the tool of the tarot, of the cards, or the oracle, or the Lenormand. I've got them all. Number 7, what's the first book you can remember reading about tarot besides the Little White Books? I don't. I know it sounds really stupid. I actually really don't. I will skim, I guess, the Little White Books or any form of book that comes with the tarot decks. I wish I had some down here, but I don't. But because I rely a lot on intuition, I don't really look at it or read through it 100%. I'll look at it to see if there's anything slightly different. I will look at the different card spreads if there's something different. As an example of something different in the Little White Book, the Happy Tarot, each card, after the brief little spiel of the card, there's something in regards to being happy that's associated with that card. So it's like a little affirmation at the end of each card. So for me, I read that Little White Book because of that. Other than that, I don't read tarot books. There is one that I really want. It's on my wish list, and it's the Holistic Tarot. I definitely want that one just because it incorporates so much stuff. There's a lot, big, thick, juicy book that I want. But yeah, so that's my question 7. Question 8, what tarot person would you like to sit down with for a chat about tarot? Now, Arwen says it doesn't have to be someone who's living, so it can be a deceased. I have too many to list. I would love to, like Arwen says in her video, she would love to sit down with the person who first conceptualized the tarot in itself. Like what went through their head in order to even start that completely. I would totally love sitting down with the original person. I would love to sit down with Aleister Crowley. I know it sounds really weird because he was a very dark person, but it'd be great to actually sit down and pick his brain a little bit in his way of how he saw it. I know we can read it and we can read his books and his interpretations of it, but I would love to sit down with someone like Lisa, Tarot Alchemist. I love her brain when it comes to tarot. I love you, Lisa. I really do. I would love to sit down with so many of you guys, like Avalon Cameron. Her take on the tarot, and a lot of you guys, and Arwen herself, and anyways, yes, so that's who I would want to sit down with. Tell me about, question 9, tell me about one YouTube tarot channel you watch and why. Oh, good Lord, I watch them all. I seriously do. I watch every single one of you that I've subscribed, and if I haven't subscribed and I come across someone I didn't know existed, I will start watching them too, and I enjoy the videos you guys all put down, and I learn a little bit something different every time. Everybody has a different perspective. Everybody has a different trick up their sleeve when it comes to their tarot techniques or their interpretations of certain things, or how they use the tarot in different ways. So yes, I watch you guys all every day. I'm on YouTube watching. Okay, question 10. How many decks do you have? Tarot decks, I'm going to have to say I probably have about 25. Probably have about 10 or so of Oracle and 3 Lenormand. I'm not going to do the math. It's Wednesday. I can't focus properly on Wednesdays. Yeah, so I've got quite a few, and I still have a lot on my wish list that I kind of want to slowly get off my list. So it'll just add. I'm a tarot-holic. I'm not afraid to admit that. Question number 11. Do you mix Oracle with tarot when you read? Yes. Not all the time. It all depends on the energy I'm feeling in regards to the client and the questions they've asked, and anything else that could be coming through. I will grab whatever's around. I don't have specific, I've said it before, I don't have specific decks for anything. It's whatever energy I get from that time. Question 12. Have you ever created your own tarot card or deck? No. I'm not talented enough to do that. I'm a writer. I can write maybe tarot stuff, but creativity, no. Maybe in the future. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Number 13. Do you read for yourself? Hell yes. Daily basis. I have tarot decks everywhere in my house. Everywhere. I have 3 on my altar. I have 2 on my desk upstairs, my desk. I have 1, 2 down here, 3 downstairs. I have tarot decks everywhere. I'm constantly with a tarot deck in my hand. Seriously. Always. So yes, I do read for myself every day. I will do daily pulls. I will do daily spreads. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Question number 14. What are your favorite questions to be asked when you do a reading for someone? What's my life's purpose? Am I on the right path? Anything that has to do with, I think everybody's pretty much answered the same thing. So far, the videos that I've seen, they've all pretty much answered the same question. They want, for me, any type of question that is to put a person on the right path. That's not the right meaning. It's for spiritual development, for development purposes. For me, I find the readings come out so much more awe-inspiring for the client in regards to that, because they actually get something out of it, and they'll actually get those moments where they recognize that everything that's being said to them is exactly how they felt, but now they can get almost like a reassurance that they were doing the right thing, or a little kick in the butt to kind of push them in the right direction. Don't get me wrong, I'll still do readings about relationships. Why doesn't he love me? Yeah, but for me, those are my absolute favorite questions and clients to work with are the ones, because it just gets so deep sometimes. Question 15. So the last question, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you during a reading? I got a lot of crazy things a lot of times that happens to readings. Because I'm intuitive and I kind of zone out and trance myself a lot of times when I'm in a reading. I have a lot of guides that come through, or deceased that come through, obviously, considering I'm a medium. And most of the time I know my clients, so I know the ones that are open to receiving messages from guides and loved ones, and the ones that are not. So for me, that's normal. I don't think I've ever really had anything crazy. Oh, well, you know what? Probably the craziest, I had to think about that. The craziest thing that I probably had was I had a client come in for a reading in regards to careers, or whatever it was at the time. Career change, not knowing what to do, and the cards that I had out just weren't working for her, and I pulled different decks and they still weren't working for her, and I'm like, okay, well, let's clear space together, let's kind of do whatever and refocus or reword and try to just settle differently. And still nothing was coming through, and then I swear a deck completely flew off my you know what I mean, my shelf. My shelf, it literally flew across probably 5 feet. I kid you not. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess this is the deck we're going to use. And that was exactly what the deck that got used, and the deck that really kind of worked for her at the time with what she was looking for. The answers, they were just flying out. The answers, everything was just flying out with this deck, literally flying out. That's probably the weirdest thing that I can think of. That would be pretty weird, I guess, right? I mean, anyways, so those are my 15 questions from Arwen's hashtag tarot tag 15. Anyways, I can't wait to see everybody else's. It's been fun. It's definitely been fun. Bye, you guys.